Globally, 1.7 million children are born with this hearing loss every year. India alone, 100,000 children are born with this problem every year. Any children who born with a hearing loss, the only available solution is a hearing aid implantation. It costs up to $10,000. Post that surgery also they need to have always a recurring cost, operational expenditure to maintain the devices. And we are very sure that we need to work at least for next 10 years to build this business. Without our government of India, we are not even made our product or not even solve this problem. We like to thank you for the each and every department who supported all in our journey.
Hello and welcome to a super exciting episode of Pitch Cafe podcast. Today I have with me two super achievers on this super duper episode of Pitch Cafe because they have been winning awards and grants for their amazing work. They're just coming out of an award ceremony with the Tamil Nadu government in India, in South India, for being the young achievers. Look, there are so many achievers in India, but what makes them special? They are twin brothers, Raman and Lakshmanan. Goes back to the tale of Ramayana in India of Ram and Lakshman, the legendary brothers who win over evil. But these brothers are winning over a physical handicap. You know, a lot of people in India do not have access to basic healthcare, and the reason is healthcare is so expensive. At the grassroots levels, thinking about a surgery, thinking about an advanced healthcare procedure done on your body, they don't even have the means to understand, learn about these technologies, or even imagine that they will ever get cured. So, Raman and Lakshmanan are young achievers, young scientists who have just raised a grant from Boeing Airlines. Boeing is one of the biggest brands today in the technology and cutting edge innovation space, and Raman and Lakshmanan in South India have raised a grant because of the work they have done. What is it that they have done which is raising so many eyebrows? In a very small village in South India, they identified a very cost effective way of reducing an extremely expensive surgery which is done for ear implants. What kind of implants? If there are children who are born with a defect where they cannot hear, a defect in a specific part of the ear, Raman and Lakshmanan have come up with a very innovative, cost effective way to solve that problem. Who does that? When you see a problem, how many people pick the problem and go really after it and use technology as a tool to solve the problem, not just for few people, but to solve the problem at a massive scale? So that is when an entrepreneur is born. So today we have on our show extremely talented and brilliant entrepreneurs, young achievers, scientists, Raman and Lakshmanan. Raman, Lakshmanan, I'm very proud to have you on Pitch Cafe podcast today. Welcome to Pitch Cafe podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share our experience, Mom. And thank you so much
Wonderful.
for a
So,
very detailed introduction, Mom. It's pleasure to be a part of a podcast.
wonderful, wonderful. You know, India is a land of entrepreneurs now. Everybody is dreaming about being an entrepreneur, but here you are, entrepreneurial duo, both of you, and you're solving a problem which is a pain point for so many people. I want to ask you, what made you begin on this journey? And you know, why did you pick this problem of hearing aids? What was the paradigm shift which you're driving with this kind of innovation? Tell us all about yourself.
Sure, Mom. Sure, Mom. So, first we will introduce ourselves, Mom. So, we are Raman and Lakshman, completed undergraduation in electronical communication from Madurai. We both are based out of Madurai, Mom. So, we are the first graduate of our family. So, why we are doing this? Why particularly backyard creators? What is the purpose of backyard creators? So from the childhood, we are both very interested on electronics or the product, innovative products and the hardware. So one day, like from that, we are doing some innovation in our school days and college days. One day there is the incident happened. So while we are studying in college, we have met one children in our state. So the children is so hyperactive. So we both thought the children have autism, the spectrum. So he's so hyperactive. We asked the mother. So she told like the children have a hearing loss. So those time with our common knowledge, we did not realize hearing loss is not that much big problem, because that the time we have understand like there is the lots of hearing aids are available. Even sometimes government will be provide the free hearing aids for the children. Why this is this much inaccessible? Because the children is around like a 2 year old. Because of not exploring to the sound, he is more hyperactive. So those particular time only the mom explained the children have a specific hearing loss. He have a hearing loss from the birth. We call them as a congenital hearing loss. The only available solution is they need to go for a surgery, or they need to travel to tier 1 city like a Chennai. So he's listed the risk
Yeah.
and cost associated with the existing solution. So the hardest reality is like we and Raman very feel bad, and we move to our regular life, exams and all other assignments, usual work. Post 6 months we have met her mother. So did you know what happened? So the entire family sold their hard house in our street, and they are treated with a
Oh,
implant for a 1 year. So we asked,
oh, oh.
post that this much big sacrifications, if the family satisfied with the solution, if the children is fine, he starts speaking. So the entire family is not satisfied with the solution. Still they are facing lots of challenge, because they are sold their house and they are treated with the children. Even that also no one satisfied with the solution. That the point we and Raman become more emotional. So we came to know that with the emotion nothing will be going to change. So we and Raman working toward to make our emotion into action. So that's how we are come up with the backyard creators. No? So we and Raman start doing research why this is this much inaccessible to our country. Why there is the no people this technology this much inaccessible, because the technology is developing like that. So we have listed the thing why this particular technology, particular implant is inaccessible to people. So we have end up with a list of reasons. There is the no company in India manufacturing the hearing implantations till today, ma'am. So we and Raman plan to develop our own indigenous affordable implant in India. So we are start meeting the stakeholder like ENT doctors, audiologists, PhD scholars. We go under the meeting the lots of stakeholders, and we have lead a lot of articles. And we and Raman end up with why we need to go in a usual way, because everyone the surgery itself because very risky procedures. The children need to go under the surgery. So we and Raman thinking why not we cannot make without the surgery. So we can make some magnetic stimulation kind of devices, and why not we can try without the surgery. So we and Raman start building the different modules. We are start building the different kind of modules. Post that 3 years of work, we have ended with our first POC, functionable proof of concept. So we have a positive response, and we have get a response from even from the childrens also.
Wonderful. As you were explaining how you are able to create an affordable device, I was wondering, are the children only the market? Children born with birth defect in hearing, are they the only market? Or do you also deal with the geriatric older population, let's say 70 plus or 80 plus, and they are not able to hear? Do you cater to that population also?
Yes, ma'am. So as of now, the only focus is like the children who born with a hearing loss, ma'am. Because if we take that, if the any children who born with a hearing loss, the only available solution is a hearing aid implantation. It cost up to $10,000. Post that surgery
Wow.
also they need to have always a recurring cost, operational expenditure to maintain the devices. So for that we have come up with $1,000 device. There is no more parents need to drill their children's skull. So as you said, there is the huge population affected with the elderly hearing loss due to the aging or due to the accident. They acquired the hearing loss. For that there is the lots of devices available like a behind the ear devices and the invisible devices. So as of now we are only focusing on the children who born with the hearing loss.
How many people get affected? How many kids are born with birth defects like
So
this?
if we take in how big is this problem is, so globally 1.7 million children are born with this hearing loss every year. No? So in India alone, 100,000 children are born with this problem every year. No? So it doesn't say existing population. So every year, 100,000 children are born with this problem in India. No? And less than 10% only get treated so far,
because of a risk and cost associated with an existing solutions.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So go ahead. You were saying something about the geriatric population, older
Yes, ma'am.
population.
So,
They have invisible
yes,
devices.
ma'am. So,
Yeah.
like even we and our team working on in our pipeline for those population also.
So actually, ma'am, the vision of our company is to provide and make a hearing accessible through a world-class cutting-edge technology at affordable rate, ma'am. So currently, our primary focus is to address the children who born with the hearing loss. But in our pipeline, we have a multiple portfolio product which can also help the elderly people or for the people who acquire the hearing loss also with the behind the ear or invisible hearing devices, ma'am.
So that's wonderful. So you seem to have a lot of interest. So Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Department of Biotechnology, all under the Indian government banner are supporting you. Tell me a little bit about your experience working with them and how did you get visibility with them? How did they get interested in this project? Of course, the Indian government under Prime Minister Modi's leadership is very much helping the grassroots. So tell us more about that so other entrepreneurs can also learn from that.
Exactly. So we have started our journey while we are studying college second year. Ma'am. There is the huge challenge is financials, ma'am. Because our father is a plumber, ma'am. So we are studied our college with the education loan, ma'am. Because the financial become the huge challenge in our journey while we are developing a technology. So those time we have approaching the lots of people, ma'am. Those time we have only get the supported from our government of India, ma'am. So we have initially get a 2.4 lakhs from Meiti. So that help us to build our yearly prototype. Post that follow, we have get a continuous support from the various government agency. We can frame this answer like this also. Without our government of India, we are not even made our product or not even solve this problem. So using this podcast, we like to thank you for the each and every department who supported all in our journey.
Wonderful, wonderful. So definitely the Indian government has made a commendable effort in supporting entrepreneurs like you. And look at this, you're based out of Madurai, you're in an engineering college, you're studying with an education loan, and the government has reached people like you and pulling you out and pulling you up. So it's hard. I can imagine how hard it is. Second year students are so busy, and in spite of that you are able to achieve something like this. Really kudos to you for your determination, and kudos to the Indian government for empowering entrepreneurs like this. I mean, when I was studying, this was something like this could only be a dream. People had to complete graduation or they had to get funding, and only then they could do this. But look at you, what doctors are able to do in clinics after many years of medical practice. You're doing as second year students. This is incredible story. Again, I can't stop admiring, but I want to ask you, how do you work with a competitive medical device market? Medical device market is the toughest market to penetrate. So many rules and regulations, especially if you come to Silicon Valley. Here we have so many FDA regulations. I'm sure in India they have similar kinds of regulations. How do you think like a business person and also balance your social mission, because you're trying to help the poor people? How do you kind of balance that? What kind of business tactics are you using? How do you run your cost metrics? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Actually, it's really interesting questions you have asked. So it is very easy to start any innovation, ma'am, but it is very hard to do consistently. So even if you take a medical device industry, so it is very hard. So we both are very clear. We have taken a problem, and we are very sure that we need to work at least for next 10 years to build this business. So then we surely would be competitive for existing players. So we are working in the vision of for next 10 years, not for a 2 years or a 5 years. So that's where we'll be more competitive to the existing well-established players.
Yeah, you're not doing anything knee jerk.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everything is long term thinking. Nothing is like you got excited, somebody said something, you're not going to do it. You're doing long term strategic
Exactly,
thinking. Is
ma'am.
that
True.
right? Yeah, go ahead. You're
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
something?
So the long-term vision which we had is also expensive, as you mentioned, ma'am. So recently we have been, as Lakshman mentioned, we are backed by multiple departments and also corporate for our product development. So we are also been vision with our research and development and our pipeline products and to which market we are going to work for next 10 years, ma'am. And as we are saying we are going to provide affordable solutions, we are not going to compensate on providing a features. So we are going to provide a world class cutting edge technology at the affordable cost.
Wonderful. I was thinking, how many team members are there and what's your team like? No, and also I was very curious, why did you call yourself Backyard Creators? It's a very interesting name. I remember I met you at a pitch competition at Tycon, and I could never forget that name, Backyard Creators, because it's just so sticky. And then how big is your team now? Back then, when I met you, you were struggling for funding, and I remember you were in a small cube. The internet connection was not good. Where are you right now, and what is the story behind Backyard Creators? Your infrastructure looks great. I saw your lab. So where are you talking from? Where are you
Yes, ma'am.
housed right
So
now?
as you said, like answering to the first question, now we are six people, including both of us, working full time into the startup, ma'am. So now we are operating from Coimbatore, ma'am. As you said, you are exactly right, ma'am. We are part of the event. We and Raman still remember, like from our house, Madurai. We have in a cell in a Madurai. We have in a place called a Cellur room. So in our home, we have covered with the bed sheet behind us, and we have talked with the virtual calls, ma'am. So now we are called the place called AIC Rise, ma'am. It's also powered and supported by the central government under the Atal mission, ma'am. So
AIM Nidhi Aayog, ma'am.
AIM Nidhi Aayog,
What is the expansion?
Atal
AIM
Innovation
Mission,
Mission,
ma'am.
AIM.
Oh, AIM. Okay, and but you're in some. Are you in an incubator?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So where we are is exactly now is AIC Rise, based out of Coimbatore, ma'am.
I see. AIAC raise. And you're there because you have a lab where you can test stuff.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am.
Is it a biotechnology innovation center? You're part.
Yes, ma'am. So, like we are operating frame here, ma'am. If there is any more complication related to the biotechnology, we also get supported from the place called AMTEZ, ma'am, Andhra Pradesh Medtech Zone. So we have do all our prototyping there, and we have developed our prototype from there, ma'am. So we get a lot of support from the AMTEZ also, ma'am. It's also one of the government organization based out of Visakhapatnam, ma'am.
So, ma'am, as we are developing a medical device, so we have done a lots of activity from a different parts of a country. For example, we have been based out of Coimbatore currently for setting up our team, and we are setting up our base over there, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. Now, I wanted to ask you, what took you to state like Andhra Pradesh? Are you operating currently out of Madurai, or have you moved
Now we are fully only operating from a Coimbatore, ma'am. Tamil Nadu,
Tamil Nadu,
Coimbatore,
Coimbatore,
ma'am.
but you keep going to Andhra Pradesh Medtech zone as required if you have more testing?
Yes, ma'am. For the certification or other things.
I see, I see. So this is a collaborative mission. It's a very collaborative. The government sees it as an all countrywide effort, and you seem to be like the drivers of this space. So who inspires you? Like, who is your role model? Who do you look up to in doing work? Because this is a very research industry, medical device. It's a very intersection space. Who inspires you? Who's your role?
Like for us, we always say like a Bose, ma'am. So he's a founder of a Bose Audios. So he's the one of the most influential person for us personally, ma'am.
Amar Bose, sir, Mr. Amar Bose.
Who is a founder of a Bose, ma'am.
And why do you think he's inspiration? What about his story inspires you?
The mainly why we are
He's a
saying
DVD player mechanic, ma'am. So he started from his journey as a DVD player mechanic, and he's built the world best audio brand, ma'am. So that is the one thing inspired me. So we have lots of inspiration from various people, ma'am. If we tell like we asked like we have inspired from the VR Feroz, from a India Inclusion Foundation for the different aspects. So each people we have like we can even tell the entire day the each people inspired in a different ways, ma'am. Like a Praveen Tatavardi. We are meeting lots of people in journey, ma'am. So with the support of many people, so only we have traveled this much, and we are still going on it, ma'am. So each each people inspired in a different ways.
Wonderful. So, I know you're coming out of an award ceremony by the Tamil Nadu government for young achievers. What was that award like, and how did you qualify? What was the experience like?
Yes, ma'am. So, we have get a recently opportunity to meet our Tamil Nadu CM sir, Mr. Stalin. So the award is for we have keep there is a department called EDI, ma'am, Entrepreneurship Development Institute. From there is the person called Mr. Uma Sanga sir. He is a additional secretary for the particular department. So he's keep on supporting on a many ways through the fundings or the government ways, ma'am. So we have a get opportunity through Mr. Uma Shankar sir to meet our Mr. CM sir, and we get a recognition for our work, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful, awesome. On that note, I wanted to ask, what is the roadmap like? What is your next 10-year journey like? What kind of vision do you have? Is it something you can share with us, or?
So, the vision we had is to, as I mentioned, to make the hearing aids and implants accessible through a world-class cutting-edge technology at an affordable rate. No? So, we like to ensuring no one with a hearing loss faces a non-inclusive future.
So you're currently operating at $1,000. Are you going to make it even more affordable? Are you planning to slash the price more?
So we are still working on it, ma'am, because if you are increasing our production, we can still decrease our cost, ma'am. As we know that in India, even there is the huge people like us unable to afford the $1,000, ma'am. So we are still working towards to reduce those costs also, ma'am.
Under the government health machine, CSR activities by increasing our productions.
Wonderful. So can I see the device? Is there any way you can show us what it looks like? Can we get a glimpse?
Yes, ma'am. So I will share my screen and I will show the images, ma'am. So currently, yes, ma'am. Currently we don't have, ma'am. So I will share the photos, ma'am. Kindly drop the photos in between.
If it's okay.
If you're okay, ma'am.
Sure. You'll drop the photos in the chat. Yeah, we'll use those. We'll showcase it. So wonderful. On that note, I wanted to ask if somebody wants to join you, what kind of openings you have, what kind of collaboration. I know you just closed funding with Boeing Airlines, and I believe a lot of people come to your facility and do video coverage. They cover your facility. What kind of collaborators have come and done interviews or coverage for you? Why have they come? What kind of interest did they have?
So, mom, as you said, the kind of podcast what you are offer for us, and we have recently get the opportunity to through the Zee medias, one of the biggest media in India. So we and Raman always personally feel like whatever we are doing, it need to amplify to the people's mom, amplify to the students who coming. So if you help us to amplify our words to others, so it will be help us to reach more people's mom.
To create aware of a solution, what kind of solutions we are building, and we can help them to educate to getting treated for their hearing losses also. So it is a main objective is to build awareness about the hearing loss and the kind of solution what we are building.
Yeah, see, one thing I realized when you're talking about all the collaborations you've had, you've been very good at identifying support from the government and support from organizations which are focused on startup innovation. So, have you looked abroad beyond India to get this kind of support?
As of now, we in Raman personally feel we get enough support from India even, ma'am. So in the terms of corporate, in the terms of government sides. So once we are going to scale, we are surely looking forward to have a support from the overseas peoples also.
But still, we are open to have their insights and their inputs anytime, any ways also.
So, what is your patent or innovation called? Do you have a patent? What is it called?
Yes, ma'am. So we have two patents, which is a India origin with PCT, which is a two international patent, ma'am. So both the patent is for our non-surgical hearing device, which we are developing.
And what is the meaning of PCT?
Ma'am, PCT means it's a kind of word, which is like a kind of access, providing access to our international filings, ma'am.
So lots to learn from you on that. Maybe someday you should come and do a workshop on how entrepreneurs like you can get access to support from the government. I won't disturb you right now. Maybe when you have some more time. I know you're busy people, and you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and doing this interview. I know how hectic it is to run a startup with just 6 people, and I know you work day and night. One thing I wanted to ask, how do you, look back and 1 or 2 years from today, you look back and see where you were, what you are, and what kind of feeling do you get? How do you feel about your victories, your failures? Because when I saw you, you had nothing, like you just had a dream, you kept repeating your vision, you are competing in a small pitch event, and here you are getting awarded by the Tamil Nadu government. So many people are backing you. What do you feel when you look back 2 years ago and now?
We always feel like either it's all about the learning. So as you said, we will whenever we will look back, whatever we are doing, we feel ourselves we did not did anything, nothing. So we did nothing. So we always feel like we did not progress. That was possible. So we always feel we did not achieved anything, we did not learned anything. So we always in a very curious state or a zero state. So we are always looking forward to learn more. So we are always looking forward to peoples to learn from them. We are always looking forward to the challenge whatever we are day to day facing. We like to learn from those things.
So it is like we
Wonderful.
feel this 2 year journey as a learning, ma'am. So there is a few things we learn, but still there is a lot more thing to learn to have a better clarity and understanding of anything.
Wonderful. On that note, be curious, keep learning, and always be in a zero state. I really like the word zero state. You're not either happy nor sad. You're just always learning and absorbing, thinking that you don't know anything, but you want to make progress. You're very humble, and I really learned a lot just by understanding your attitude. There's a lot to learn. So keep exploring, enjoy the journey, and wish you all the very best. Pitch Cafe is extremely honored to have you as guests. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
your
much
time.
for
Thank you,
your
thank you so
time.
much.
Thank you.